Brian Westbrook with GeekWire Studios, joined now by JoAnne Drexler, Vice President for National Sales at Astound Business Solutions. Thank you so much for being here at GeekWire Agents of Transformation.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
JoAnne, AI is moving from the experimentation phase, the sandbox, the sort of playing around with it, getting used to it, to real enterprise applications across the board. And obviously there's a lot of challenges around network reliability, infrastructure. These organizations that are adopting AI agents, intelligent agents, need to be efficient when it comes to this sort of network connectivity. What is the one thing that you are thinking about, that's put us as the top thing, if you will, about this and how to solve these problems?
Well, certainly low latency is it's really everything. Reliability in your network. If you think about it, right, you've got AI agents and AI use cases, yep, right? And they move quickly, and if they don't move quickly, you're going to have the AI customer, right, very frustrated. But more than frustrated, they're going to think that AI tool does not work. And that's a reflection on our customer because we're providing network connectivity to that AI company. So it's everything, and we build a strong, resilient network. We've seen things like diversity become triversity in our world. That means to a data center you have two diverse routes. And entrances completely diverse from each other. And now the request is triversity, 3 entrances, 3 routes that don't overlap at all. That's how important low latency and reliant networks are in this game.
You know, it's really interesting because even if you go back just a few years ago, reliability, infrastructure meant one thing. But now that we've taken jobs that took 4 or 5 days into 4 or 5 minutes or 4 or 5 seconds, that reliability and low latency that you mentioned is even more critical. So drill in on that for a moment. What ways are you thinking about solving these problems for your customers? What solutions are you presenting with customers that need that would you say triversity?
Triversity, yes.
That's a new one.
It
makes
new.
sense, right?
Yes.
Because previously you had a redundancy, you had a backup path. Now you might need 2 or 3 because these jobs are even that much more critical.
Correct. All of the agents are doing a job, right? And we're counting on them, or will be counting on them, to move really quickly, faster than humans can do. So if that network is not low latency, and it does have a fiber cut in 2 places, and you don't have that third, right? Which, by the way, that's very rare that would happen.
Sure, yeah.
But that just shows the planning that goes in to ensure that doesn't happen. And usually it's our AI customers on that front that are giving us those requirements, and we have to meet those to even bid for something or look to provide those services to them. So in the background, we're of course looking at our network and every build we do, considering this importance. We've been around a long time. We started in Seattle as Wave, right? And now we're part of a national company, Astound. It's what we've always been about: reliability, customer service, being there for our customer. We're just stepping up to the next level with everybody else.
And let's talk about that customer service for just a minute. A lot of focus on the customer this year, and obviously the AI customer is slightly different than maybe a more traditional just needs connectivity business customer. How have you changed your customer service as a company to allow for the new customer, providing agentic AI workflows where the demand is even higher than it's been before?
So for us, we're providing that fiber connectivity, usually fiber connectivity to the AI company, right? And so we're doing our customer service as I always have, face to face, person to person. The name, who's supporting your account, and we're going to continue to do that, and to ensure that the AI company, when they're interfacing with their end users, right, have the confidence in us that we're providing a good network for them.
The local resource that provides the local human connection to service those accounts. That's fantastic. Now you're seeing a shift in customer demand based on AI adoption and planning. What does that look like, and how are you adapting to that new demand?
So it's really if you think about it, it's 2 flavors of demand we're seeing. So you have the really large AI companies that we hear about on the news all the time, right? Big. They are building epic data centers out there, basically in the middle of nowhere, right? Their demand for power and space is like nothing we've ever seen. And they're building it because of that need. They're building this in very rural, remote areas in some cases where there is no fiber, right? So when they come to companies like ours, they're looking for fiber in a place that, no one has it. And so one, it's very expensive, but once you get over the expense, right, because that seems to not be the hurdle is timing, right? How quickly can you build this? We need this now. We found this plot, we're building this big thing, we found a power source, we need fiber and we need it, in 6 months. So you typically, what we see there is anyone that's more local to that area is usually getting that award, right, because of the location and timing. But the demand in bidding for that kind of service, it has grown exponentially over the last couple of years. So that's one flavor of need. And then we have the smaller AI companies, neoclouds is what they're called, right? And so they're right now, they're providing the agents usually, and not that big infrastructure side, and they need just a lot of typical connectivity, whether it's DIA, IP transit, phone service, wavelengths, EPL, even some not so much Ethernet, but a little bit of that too, if that's what they need. So what we're doing is partnering with them. What do you need today for your business? You might be just starting out, right? But we're making sure we can grow with them, and we have the services they're going to need as they get bigger and bigger, which a lot of them are, and very quickly.
And it's very great to partner with Astound, to have you at events like this, to connect with the community, and that's really what it is all about. JoAnne Drexler is the Vice President of National Sales for Astound Business Solutions. I'm Brian Westbrook. Thanks for watching.